Hello Eurovision friends, thank you so much for coming to my channel Eurovision Histories. The Czech national final just happened a few moments ago. It is called ESCZ, now I do know how to pronounce it, and I want to tell you my top 7 of the performing acts. You can now of course vote in the Eurovision app for your favorite, because the Czech national final is a bit different than other national finals in that international fans can also vote and decide who gets to represent Czechia at Eurovision. We will learn the results in about a week. Until then, we can re-listen to the songs, but this is kind of my first impression. And I have to say that compared to the songs that I heard on Spotify right before the show, my ranking has changed quite a bit. So let's get right to it with number 7, and that is Gianna Lei with Starlet. For me, in the interview with Caesar Sampson, she said that she's often overthinking things, and that's what her song is kind of about. She studied music production in Prague, and she was also at the Abbey Road Institute. So I have to say I kind of expected a little bit more from her. She seemed very sweet and vulnerable on that stage, which can be a very good thing. But in this case, I just feel like she was walking about the stage without any real purpose. She felt a bit like a deer in headlights, unfortunately. She didn't feel or seem comfortable to be on that stage, and that made me a bit uncomfortable as a viewer as well. And the song itself, well, nothing to write home about, I think. So that's why it's my number 7. I'm quite sure that she's very sweet, but not this time, I don't think. Next up, we have Shawn with Dopamine Overdose. He's only 19, and for that he did a good job. But I did like the dancing and the stage production in a way that they did, but it all seemed a bit thrown together in a way, like there wasn't really a real purpose to the dancing, unfortunately. I think the song sounds very cool and there's a kind of a catchy thing to the chorus, but overall it kind of feels a bit empty, like there is something missing. I didn't really get the message of the song either. So in the end, yeah, this is my number 6. In 5th position, I have Aiko and Pedestal. She opened the show, and I have to say it sounded a bit shouty at times. There was a lot of screaming into the microphone. I have to say that the sound mix wasn't that good for most of the songs. This is a song about self-empowerment, so screaming out your belief in yourself, I guess, your faith in yourself makes sense. The song has a cool structure, it's very edgy and cool, but in the end, I just felt like it wasn't really on the Eurovision standard that you need to really do well in Eurovision. And some of the dancing also seemed a bit more like aerobics. So yeah, that's why this is my number 5. Then number 4, The Angel's Share. This was kind of lower in my ranking before because I thought it would be a bit boring, but I have to say it was really atmospheric. Her voice is quite interesting. When it started, it felt a bit like these Irish entries in the 90s, like very atmospheric sounds, very slow and very atmospheric. But then the beat kicks in and that makes it more interesting. I do think that the build up to the last climax before the song ends is really well done and really well constructed. But there was a bit of too much repetitiveness as well, a lot of beautiful in the lyrics. So that's why it's number 4, but a positive surprise, I would say. This was the biggest surprise, Mydy Red Flag Parade, because I had this last in my ranking, to be honest, because the song itself doesn't really convince me. But they had a really cool stage show, good costumes that fit the meaning of the song. They say in the lyrics that they're a marching band and they have a marching band uniform on. That makes sense. It feels like a bit of 80s and rock put together, which is fun. She has a very distinctive voice that really fits this kind of genre. So that's really good. The stage show, as I said, was really good. And in the end, I found the song quite catchy, actually. There were lots of hooks in there that can keep you interested. And I do think that this could do relatively well at Eurovision. Like in general, I don't think we have a Vesna here that can really be in the conversation for a long time, that it is a competitor. I don't think we have that in this final, unfortunately. But this is the kind of performance genre and also stage show that could do relatively well. So that's why it's my number 3. In second place, I have Lenny with Good Enough. She, I think, is the biggest name in this national final. She had a big hit with Hello a few years ago, which is a song that I really, really like, and I expected a lot of things from her. I was a little underwhelmed, but I kind of, I'm conflicted in a way. I'm a bit underwhelmed on the one side. On the other hand, when she walked on that stage and when she started singing, it was just on another level than the other songs and singers that came before her. She's very professional. That's very obvious. The song seemed really, really atmospheric as well. I really liked that a lot. The raspiness to the voice is really, really impressive to me as well. It kind of feels like a Bonnie Tyler kind of voice in a way, and the climax of the song is also really cool. The staccato part and the more energetic parts of the song, so that's why it's my number 2. And I have to say, she says that the song is about imposter syndrome and feeling like you're not good enough. I do think that she's good enough and that she was good enough tonight, and if she goes to Eurovision, I think she will be good enough as well. I said good enough like 7 times. All right, that means my number 1 is Tomas Robin. It's Robin, I think. I think I wrote that wrong. Sorry. Another reason to give him the number 1. Sorry. This is the song that I liked the most when it came out on Spotify. I still think it is the best song in the selection. I do like the cool and special distortion that he has in his voice during the chorus, but also the verses. He looks cool as well. I think there was something wrong with the sound mix during the final, which might hurt him and might mean that he's not selected, because the background and the beat was way too loud, I think, and his voice was too low. But in the end, I do think that this is the best song, and I like his voice. And so this is my favorite for ESCZ 2024. Let me know who your favorites are in the Czech national final. Did you watch it? What do you think? And what did you think of the songs? By the way, who is that host? Whose grandson is he that he gets to do this? Because he wasn't very, very good, I have to say. And he seems really full of himself. Anyway, that's not the point of this video. So let me know in the comments which are your favorite songs of the Czech national final, who you will be voting for, because we all get to vote. And then I'll see you for my next video, and I'll see you next Monday when I do the rating video of the winner of the Czech national final. See you then, and bye-bye.